Most car enthusiasts spend hundreds of dollars on products to clean their car because detailing companies trick them into thinking that they're all necessary. But falling into this trap doesn't actually make your car look any better. It just fills your garage up with a bunch of unused bottles and it empties out your bank account quicker than Aunt Brenda's wine-fueled online shopping spree. So today I'm going to show you the 5 products that you need to clean your car, as well as the off-label uses that allow you to replace some pretty common ones. Product number 1, Rinseless Wash. I'm not super brand loyal when it comes to detailing products. When I run out of something, I'll often replace it with one from a different company just because I like to try different products. But Optimum No Rinse is an exception because I haven't gone a day without this stuff since the first time I tried it, like 10 plus years ago. To be clear, you don't need to use this without a hose like I did on the Tacoma recently. You can use a pressure washer first like normal if you want to. The difference here is, rather than having to rinse off the soap afterwards, you can just wipe the panel dry. I rarely use actual soap to wash my cars these days unless they're really dirty or I want to use a foam cannon just because it looks more satisfying on camera for you guys. ONR is super forgiving to use even in the direct sunlight. Plus, my years of testing this myself has proven that it's perfectly safe to use on ceramic coatings. As long as you stay on top of your maintenance washes, it has more than enough cleaning power. But the real magic of this stuff isn't just that it makes washing your car way easier. It's the fact that you can use this to replace at least 6 other products. Yeah, 6. You can dilute it with water to adjust its strength for different purposes. And that also makes it incredibly cost effective. Personally, I stopped buying this 32-ounce bottle and now I just jump straight to the 1-gallon jug because I go through this like crazy. I use it for so many things. So what products can it replace? Well, number 1, a car soap, obviously. You can also use it as a detail spray if you find some smudges or smears after a wash. Works great for that. You can also use it as a drying aid during your wash process. Now, there's some pros and cons here. The con is that it doesn't leave any protection behind like some of the dedicated drying aids will. The pro is that it's super slippery, so it's going to help to keep your towel from scratching your freshly washed paint. And also, the polymers in it make it really easy to buff to a streak-free finish. And on the MR2's single-stage paint here, it's the only product that I've tested that has been able to give me a streak-free finish as a drying aid. I've tested a bunch of the popular ones too, like Bead Maker and Lithium Ignite, a bunch of spray waxes and sealants and stuff like that, and ONR is the only one that lets me get a proper streak-free finish. You can use it as a clay lube. As long as you dilute it properly, it's more than slippery enough to use with a clay bar. And the benefit is that it doesn't leave behind any weird residues, so you don't have to strip that off before polishing if you're going to be doing that after. You can replace a window cleaner with this stuff. Because it's so easy to buff to a streak-free finish, it makes it a fantastic window cleaner. Now for windows that have a lot of really stubborn grime built up on them, I actually will step up to a proper glass cleaner. But even then, I will often follow up with ONR afterwards just because I find it way easier to achieve clarity with it. You can even use it as an interior cleaner. For times where you're just doing light cleaning and some dusting, like the majority of maintenance details, ONR works perfectly. You can even save yourself from dirtying up another towel by repurposing the one that you use to dry off your exterior to wipe down all the dust on your interior afterwards. Lastly, you can use it as a water softener and a bucket full of traditional soap if you want to. If you're dealing with extra sensitive paint that's easy to scratch, it'll add a bunch of slickness and it also will soften the minerals in the hard water and make them less aggressive. Some people have even said that they use this as a washer fluid, but I don't recommend that because this is going to freeze in cold temperatures. So probably don't do that. I'll put a link to a blog post down below that has all of the dilution ratios for this stuff, as well as where to buy all the products that are featured in this video. Product number 2, an all-purpose cleaner. An all-purpose cleaner is exactly what it sounds like. Kinda. You can't actually use it for every single purpose, but it comes in really handy if you need to do some deeper cleaning in your interior or your engine bay or your tires, wheel wells, stripping an old layer of wax, etc. You can also use it as a mild wheel cleaner if you don't have a ton of brake dust built up and baked onto the surface. If you're going to use an aggressive one, like say Meguiar's APC on your interior, then it's a good idea to neutralize it with water and a damp towel to avoid any white staining afterwards. Now the one that I've been using here was discontinued a long time ago. This is from like Detailer's Pro Series or something like that, but it's very similar to Meguiar's APC. And it comes as a concentrate in a 1-gallon jug, and so I dilute it 2 different mixtures actually. This bottle is 10-to-1, and I have a stronger one that's 4-to-1. So you can adjust how strong it is based on how you mix it up. That also means that your gallon jug is going to last you, as you can see, forever. Stuff hasn't been for sale for like 5 years. Product number 3, a wheel cleaner. If your wheels are too dirty to be able to use an all-purpose cleaner on them, you're going to have to step up to a dedicated wheel cleaner like this. This is a much stronger formula that's designed to break down brake dust and road tar, things like that. Believe it or not, this one has some off-label uses as well. You can use it on things like exhaust tips and even combine it with 4/0 steel wool if you have a lot of excessive carbon buildup. I've been using Suds Lab's Zero Acid Wheel Cleaner lately, and it's been working really well. I'm also a big fan of the Grio's Garage Wheel Cleaner too. I've used that for years, and it's always done a good job for me. For wheels that are really beat up, you can step up to an acid wheel cleaner if you want to, but you do have to be a little bit careful. Some people will even use an acid wheel cleaner on the body of the car to remove things like water spots that just aren't coming off with car soap. I'm not a big fan of doing this myself because even though, yes, your wheels and your body are both painted surfaces, they're kind of no different from each other, it just feels a little bit too aggressive to me. But if you're in a pinch and nothing else is working, you might want to give this a try. Just make sure that you don't get any on your windows because the acid will etch them. Product number 4, tire dressing. If you want dark, satin black looking tires, there really isn't any other product that's going to give you that look. So you're going to have to buy a tire dressing. The good news is that you can use a high quality water-based dressing on lots of other surfaces like your engine bay or inside your wheel wells, on the bed liner of a pickup truck, or any black plastic trim that you have on the exterior that you're trying to get darker to create contrast. And you should be. I've been using Meguiar's Hyper Dressing lately. This is a staple in the detailing world. And it's awesome because since it's water-based, you can dilute it to be as shiny as you want it to be. It's kind of expensive if you buy it by the gallon, but you can get a smaller bottle like this now too. Product number 5, a spray wax or a ceramic sealant. I used to use this Meguiar's Express Wax like Frank's Red Hot Sauce. I'd put this on everything. Aside from the obvious paint protection that it was intended for, I've used this as a drying aid, as a rain repellent on windshields. I've used it to protect leather seats, even on vinyl panels of an interior. You can basically use it on every surface of a vehicle except for upholstery. Now, I have to admit, I stopped using it. Not because it stopped working, but because the industry has been pumping out all kinds of ceramic spray sealants like this one lately, and I'm curious about them. There's no question that a ceramic sealant is going to offer better paint protection and last much longer than a spray wax. But is it as versatile? I haven't come to that conclusion just yet, but there's no question that Meguiar's Express Wax is the benchmark that I'm comparing all of these new products to. So if you don't care about all the industry buzzwords like ceramic and graphene, buy yourself a gallon of this stuff and use it on everything. If you add up the cost of all of these products, including buying gallon-sized jugs of pretty much everything but the wheel cleaner, it adds up to about $285 Canadian, or just roughly over $200 US. Depending on who you hire, that's about the same price as getting your whole car detailed by a professional one time. The difference is these products could last you potentially the entire time that you own your car, or multiple years worth of detailing for sure. And if you want to save even more money, some of these products can be purchased in smaller bottles like Optimum No Rinse and Meguiar's Hyper Dressing. Hopefully this sets your mind at ease if you've been thinking that you need to spend thousands of dollars on products just to be able to detail your car. And keep in mind, this is just the absolute minimum. You're welcome to add other products to this if there's some other ones that you're interested in trying. And if you want me to make another video in the future that includes more equipment and stuff like pressure washers and vacuums, let me know in the comments down below. Just remember that spending more money on more products is not going to make you a better detailer, but improving your techniques and your skill will. So watch this video next to learn how I washed, clayed, and sealed this pickup truck in 39 minutes without even using a hose.